Bonjour et bienvenue sur ma chaîne. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Cindy. In this lesson, we're going to learn some French slang for family members. So let's start with parents. Most of the time when people refer to their parents, they say mes parents, my parents. But sometimes you may also hear people refer to their parents as mes vieux. Of course, referring to your parents as mes vieux is not very nice. It's quite derogatory, really. To say mon père, my father, in slang, you can say mon vieux. And ma mère in slang is ma vieille. Of course, it's no coincidence that I've written those words in orange because you really need to be careful who you're talking to when using them. And in some cases, really, you shouldn't use them at all. So while you may choose not to use these words, it's still a good idea to know what they mean in case someone uses them when talking to you. Next, siblings. When talking about your brother, the normal word to use is mon frère, my brother. But you can also use mon frangin. And when talking about your sister, you normally say ma sœur, my sister, but you can also use ma frangine. Ma frangine. Unlike the words we learnt for parents, mon frangin and ma frangine are not rude, they're not derogatory. But they're still familiar, so you would only use them if you're talking to your friends or your family. Saying mon frangin or ma frangine is like saying my bro or my sis in English. Now let's have a look at different words to refer to partners. Instead of saying mon copain, when talking about their boyfriend, you may hear people say mon Jules, or mon mec. Saying mon Jules is kind of like saying my man, whereas mon mec is more like my guy, my fella. And people sometimes say ma nana, or ma gonzesse, instead of saying ma copine, my girlfriend. Ma nana and ma gonzesse both mean my chick or my bird, but remember that ma gonzesse is considered quite rude. Mon Jules, mon mec, and ma nana are not typically seen as rude, but ma gonzesse is quite derogatory. So be very careful if you choose to use it. But of course, all of them are very familiar, so you still can only use them with friends or family. Now let's talk about kids. When talking about your kids, the best word to use is enfant. Mes enfants, my children, my kids. But you're very likely to also hear mes gamins, mes gosses, mes mioches, or mes mômes, when people talk about their children. From personal experience, I would say that mes gamins and mes mômes are just familiar, whereas mes gosses and mes mioches are derogatory. Instead of saying mon fils, my son, some people say mon gamin, which literally means my kid who's a boy. And the feminine of gamin is gamine. So saying ma gamine is the familiar way of saying ma fille, my daughter. And let's not forget about pets. The best way to refer to your cat is to say mon chat, my cat. But you can also say mon greffier, or mon matou. These two are not rude, just familiar. However, if you hear mon clébard, mon kleps, or mon cabot, the person is referring to their dog in quite a derogatory way. So saying mon clébard, mon kleps, or mon cabot instead of mon chien is perceived as very familiar if not rude. I hope you found this lesson useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it. And if you still have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments. That's what the comments are for. If you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. I upload new videos regularly. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, all the links are in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye!